So in shunt we have seen capacitor and inductor. Capacitor used for lagging power factor, or we can say when voltage is going to reduce. In that case, to improve the voltage, we will use shunt capacitor at load end side. Simply, if voltage rises at load end side, then we will use lead compensator. Okay. And then series capacitor. Okay. When we will use series capacitor, if we want to increase the power transfer capability and to improve the stability. Okay. By using series compensator, we can also improve the stability margin. Okay. Then we have seen dynamic compensator, that is synchronous generator and synchronous motor. Then we have seen synchronous condenser. Okay. And it is at no load, but its synchronous reactance is high and field winding is also large. Okay. Field is also large as compared to motor. Okay. Okay. And another one is that is synchronous phase modifier. Okay. Synchronous phase modifier. I have not discussed this, but it will add light load. If we want to improve power factor at light load with synchronous motor, then that motor is called synchronous phase modifier. So this is a motor which is operating at light load conditions. Okay. So there is slight difference between synchronous generator. Then these three categories are synchronous motor, but there is difference in design and operating condition. If normal synchronous motor is used, then we can improve power factor. Okay. If synchronous condenser, when we are stabilizing voltage of large magnitude, then we will increase the synchronous reactance of the motor, as well as we are also increasing rating of synchronous, we can say field winding. Okay. Then that is called synchronous condenser. If such motor is used at light load condition, then that is called synchronous phase modifier. Okay. So these are the dynamic elements by which we can improve the voltage at load end side. Okay. Now we will move. Okay. Now we will move today's topic. Okay. So after modification of, we can say, voltage compensation at load side, we will move at the middle side of the transmission line. Okay. So this all things we have done at load side. Okay. Now next is middle. Okay. Or we can say mid point compensation. Okay. If your voltage is dropped in middle of the transmission line, then we will use booster transformer. Okay. In that case, we will use booster transformer. I will also told what is the booster transformer. Okay. So this what will do booster transformer? It will change both real power and as well as reactive power. If we are changing phase angle, then we can change real power, and if we are changing number of turns, then we can change reactive power. Okay, so this is the midpoint compensation where we are using booster transformer. Okay, so by booster transformer we can change phase angle as well as number of turns. Okay, so how we will change it? Suppose this is your transformer. Okay, this is a 1:n. Okay, this is your transformer which have a turn ratio 1:n, and this is nominal transformer, nominal turn ratio transformer. Okay. Now, if I want to change the secondary number of turns, then this transformer can be represented by 1:n dash, where n dash is different than the n. Okay. So this transformer can be analyzed by breaking up into nominal transformer and ideal transformer. Okay. So this can be break up into two parts. One is nominal transformer and second one is ideal transformer. Okay, so this is nominal turn ratio and this one is ideal. You know, nominal transformer have binding impedance. Okay, but ideal transformer have zero binding impedance. Okay, so that is difference between nominal turn ratio transformer and ideal transformer. So this is 1:n turn ratio, and ideal transformer have suppose 1:a turn ratio. Okay. So this is what? This is a booster transformer. This is also a booster transformer. Okay. Booster transformer. Okay. This is also a booster transformer. And if you want to analyze what is the voltage at this point, this is your output terminal, right? At this point, we are connecting secondary point. Okay. So what is the voltage? It is easily you can calculate by turn ratio. Okay. So what we are doing here, we are changing number of turns. Okay. Here is number of turns n, but here is n dash. N dash is the number of turns of the secondary which we are changing in booster transformer. Okay. So if we are changing secondary number of turns, it means we are changing voltage. Okay, reactive power, or we can say voltage. Okay. Phase angle means delta. Okay. So what is delta? Now this is the first condition. In this condition, what will change? It will change voltage. It will result voltage will control by using this approach. Okay. And second approach, if I will use same transformer, and okay, so in second case, this case, okay, this one, if I have a transformer and if I will change the phase angle by some angle, suppose 3 degree, okay, primary and secondary voltage have a phase difference of 3 degree. Okay, you know how to measure phase angle, or we can say torque angle. Okay, suppose we have a, suppose this is some electrical component and we are having a some voltage Vs and here is Vr. Okay. So how do we check? Suppose Vs will have some angle delta and this will have angle 0. Okay. Then what is Va? Suppose this is Vr. Okay. This is a magnitude, this is angle 0, and this is suppose leading by an angle theta, delta. These are Vs. Okay, so this is the angle delta. Okay, so how much angle adjusted between primary and secondary voltage? Okay, and that can also be a power factor angle. What is sending in voltage? So this is nothing but power factor angle of sending in minus power factor angle of receiving end. Okay, so this is delta is nothing but the power factor angle difference between sending in and receiving end power factor angle. Okay. So if you are changing the power factor angle receiving end and sending it, then you can control delta. Okay. So this is all about booster transformer. Okay. Now next topic is how to improve this voltage. Okay, so that we will see. Okay, midpoint compensation. Okay, what its effect. Okay, so let us consider. Let us consider a generator, okay, and there is a transmission line, and there is a receiving end voltage. Okay, this is sending in voltage vector. This is receiving end voltage either. Okay, and this is JX. Okay, and due to some reason, suppose this voltage is dropped here. Okay, so if I connect in between static shunt compensator. Okay, now I will not use this booster transformer. I am using any static device, means any stationary, any solid state device in between this line, so that our voltage will improve at receiving end side. Okay, for that let us do one modification. Okay, I will break up this reactance into two parts. One is JXY2 and second part is JXY2. So if I will break up this line into two parts, and if I place VM voltage here, okay, VM voltage introduced by some device. Okay, here I will introduce some power factor or reactive power source generator or absorber. Okay, anything I can place here. Okay, any device which can modify reactive power. Then what is the effect on power transfer? Okay, so let me see, and we are assuming that these three voltages have a equal magnitude. Okay, it means mod of Vs is equal to mod of Vm equal to mod of Vr. Okay, so this condition I am assuming. Okay, and let the voltage angle between Bs and Br is delta. Okay, so this is Br and this is Bs and the angle is delta. Okay, arbitrarily I am placing, okay, like that. This point, this is Br, this is Bs, and angle is delta. Okay, since I am introducing a device here, so Bm will break up this angle into two parts, delta by 2, delta by 2. Okay, so what I will do, I will breaking up this angle into two parts. Okay, so this is reference axis and Br is lag by delta by 2 and Bs is also lead by delta 2. So you can see angle between Bs and Br is same, delta, right? And I am placing Bm, okay, in such that Bm I will take as a reference. Okay, so this I will place in center. Okay, that's why I center value I am assuming at angle 0. So this side is leading because our current is flowing in this direction. So if I go in that direction, then this is leading opposite to that. If I go in that direction, that is in same as the previous current direction, that is this, and our movement is also. So BR is leading, okay, with respect to this, lagging, not leading, this is lagging because, okay, so same polarity if I am assuming, okay, this will also flow current in that direction. Okay. So how I can identify power, okay, that is P. Okay. So what is P? P, you know, this voltage into this voltage divided by X. Okay. So what is B? Bs into Bm divided by X is what? Jx by 2. So I am taking only magnitude here. So this is x by 2. Okay. Sine angle. What is the angle? If I will write power in between these two, this portion, then that is sine delta by 2. Okay. So this is the power for this part. Now similarly for this part, what is the power in second part? E2 Bm into Br divided by x by 2 into sine delta by 2. Okay. Since this is just opposite, so angle is negative, this is positive. So I will place one negative sign. So how much change in, since I am assuming these voltages are equal, okay? So let this is a voltage B. So I can write this is 2b square y x sine delta by 2. Okay, being negative sign. Okay. Similarly, this is also b square 2b square y x sine delta by 2. So what is change in power? How much power change? That is E2 minus P1. So this is what? 2b square y x okay. So how much power will change? First swing of the power, okay, and detail we will see in stability. Okay. So initially, you know, P equal to what is the in first case? P equal to P max sine delta. So it is a first half, okay, and this is pi 180, and this is 90 degree. Okay. This is a P versus delta. In first case, when we are not placing compensator in between transmission line. Okay. Now you can see in this case power, since this power is transferred by same line. Okay. So P1 as well as P2. Okay. That's why in line power is okay. Now it is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So are you getting now? Okay. So this is P equal to P max sine delta. Okay. This is the first case. But in second case, our P1 is what? 2b square y x sine delta by 2. This is leading power. Okay. And this is coming power. Okay. So this is generating power. This is receiving power. Okay. It means negative means this is leading. This is lagging. Okay. So what is the meaning of this? It means the power generated is same as power delivered. Okay. How much power we are getting from the source, same power is going to the load as well. Okay. So we can say from here, if since this angle is half, okay, this is delta by 2, so it will expanded in x-axis. Okay. You have seen the property of signal. Okay. In signal system, if I divide x-axis by 2, then it is nothing but a expansion. Okay. So sine delta, this is what? This is P equal to P max sine delta. Okay. And in next case, since this is delta by 2, so this will look like this. Okay. Since this is double, this is P max, so this is 2 P max. This value is P max. Okay. This is P max, this point, so this is 2 P max. And it is delta by 2. Okay. So its a period is up to 2 pi. Okay. First half cycle we repeated into duration 0 to 2 pi due to this delta by 2. Okay. So there is a expansion. Okay. This is going up to 2 max. So you can see if we are placing compensator in between transmission line, then power transmission capability going to 2 times the previous one. Okay. And this type of question asked in GATE, okay, 2 or 3 times, okay, based on this concept. Okay. So this is all about the midpoint compensation. Okay. Then 2 topics left. One is internal voltage control and another one is online tap changer. Okay. So that we will see in next class. Okay. Have you any question? Thank you.